My eye looks so messed up. Are we live? Okay, so Slap City. My capture is not showing. That's good. Slap City is it's a Swedish indie platform fighter, essentially.
Yeah.
So I'm here with my friend Malk, who's another competitive player of this game, and I'm going to be doing a speed run for this game. It's going to be it'll do any percent. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot to unravel right out the gate. So timing starts as soon as I press A on the screen. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I'm moving into the first level. The entire gist of this story mode is that it's a mix between Melee and Melee's classic adventure mode and the There's a lot of platforming involved, and this is the first of two types of stages, the platforming stages, and then there's also going to be fighting stages.
Yeah, so right here we're gonna see the first usage of clutch in the run. I'll have a better chance to explain clutch in depth later, but basically all you need to know is it reverses your momentum.
Using certain moves, you can reverse your momentum.
Yeah.
Off of things. So this is the first versus fight. I'm just gonna try again.
Yeah. So what's important to know about the versus fights is that the CPUs don't DI, so you can do stuff like the nairs there. It makes fights pretty simple to do. Like the same kind of like combos work on them every time. So
I'm gonna be using a bomb boost here. Essentially blowing myself up with my own bomb in order to get a massive boost. I'm going to be doing it again in just a second.
So I mentioned DI. If you're familiar, like if you know what DI is, it's directional influence. If you're familiar with how Melee's works, it works the same, where you influence the angle you're launched by, instead of like, you know, Ultimate where like, you just hold the direction and you go more towards that direction, basically.
Yeah, this is a platform fighter more similar to Melee than Ultimate. There's a lot of Melee-esque movement with the wave dashes and whatnot. There's wave dashing in this game, cool, too. This is Bumper Town. It's got the hardest trick in the game for this run.
Yeah, I was watching Fruit do this a lot yesterday in their practice run. Let's see if all of them. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit tricky.
There we go, got it.
Nice.
So that skip is called Pater Skip. It's named after world-renowned Ruby player Michael Pater. And essentially, since the fireball on her projectile is so small, you can squeeze it between that gap if you time your jump just right.
Yeah, so at this point I'll take a chance to explain the story going on, since we don't have any of the dialogue. Basically, It'll came to Slap City to find treasure, but there's this good doer using her name to commit acts of goodness. You know, not acts of evil, but acts of good. But yeah, so
You have to figure out what's going on there, basically.
Yeah, so we're coming up on the arena. There's not a whole lot to say about the arena. There's some interesting strats, but for the most part, it's pretty auto-scrollery. Every enemy's on the same cycle, so it's more like just knowing what to do when. I'll take this opportunity real quick to explain, further explain Clutch. So Clutch completely reverses your momentum on certain moves. A lot of people don't really understand how much that means, but basically, your speed in the air is uncapped, and it never decays. So you can keep gaining speed in the air, and then use Clutch to reverse it. Very important to the game. Oh, yeah.
Some of the most often moves in this run are the Raft, because it lowers her gravity, And then there's also the butt move, this move, that's like sort of a triple jump.
Yeah. You can just jump out of... Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, you can just jump out of butt. As long as you have your double jump, you can jump out of it.
If you don't, you're in trouble.
So yeah, there's 10 rounds in this fight. The 10th round is a boss fight. One of 2 boss fights in the game.
Yeah.
So right now, just waiting, show off a little bit of movement tech. And then just get all of the TNT to blow itself up. Alright. Final enemy round.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this boss, it's the most RNG part of the run, basically. Okay, got a good pattern.
Yeah, we're looking for Robo Sword, Robo Idol, and Robo Ground Pound. Otherwise, like here with Robo Saw Blades, you just have to wait for the thing to appear. I don't know what to call it.
The weak point, I think.
Yeah, the weak point. Yeah, so these are all on the set timer. Always comes out at the same time. It's funny, the Robo Buddies one, you just stand on the platform and they can't hit you.
Yeah. And then after the 4th one, you do like a charge raft.
Mm.
You can get to Tipper pretty easily. Idol's raft is a little bit stronger on the tip than it is anywhere else.
So Rush Hour is the first, like, fake auto-scroller, where, you know, if you're just playing through casually, you'll think, oh, it's just an auto-scroller. But really, you can scroll the screen as fast as you want. Just going to the left will kill you.
Here's another usage of clutch to make use of these reverse conveyor belts to give me some speed. Oops. Okay, made that.
Conveyor belts are a really fun part of the story mode if you know how to use clutch.
That car that I just used can give me anywhere between like 20 and 30 speed. I call it winning the lottery. When I get 30 speed.
Yeah, so the speedometer is in the top left, if you hadn't noticed already. Keeps track of how fast you go.
By the units of universal units of speed. Speeds per second.
So, not a whole lot to say about, you know, Master V fight. You know, just hit him off stage.
The setup can be a little bit awkward depending on where he lands and what aerial he uses. Okay, I got sour and neutral air.
Yeah, I'd say this is probably the most awkward of the fights, just because of the stage layout.
Yeah. So Hotel Lock and Key has a unique gimmick where you have to move. You have to hit these keys in a certain way. You have to knock them back into these doors using your moves.
Yeah. So something important we can bring up here is the skips, the intended skips in the story mode. So each stage for each character is built around these certain skips. You saw the first one here. Each character can also do this, climb the wall, hit the key. These are universal across every character. They're slightly altered for each character in their story mode, but each character can do it. That's also the case for any of the other intended skips. There's one coming up, pretty neat one coming up, and I think the next the platforming level after this.
Yeah, this one's just a vertical climbing one. It's probably
Yeah.
It's one of the more uninteresting ones. I'll take a more intentional damage here, but I'll be DIing in this time because that'll get me more vertical height.
Yeah, the damage boosts.
Yeah.
Like Fruit said, not a whole lot to really talk about in this level, just damage boosts all the way up, which is pretty neat on its own. But yeah, not a whole lot to say. This cycle here.
The up B, you take control of the up B instead of idle for a little bit. That's the green move, by the way, that lets you warp the up special. And so that's how that works. Oh. Should use my jump there.
And we're at the end of the level.
It's a little rough, but you know. Now moving on to Business Casual Man. This is the hardest versus fight in the game. There's a little strat there because the neutral airs don't work on the first stock for some reason. Oh. Come on, dude.
So, I also take this chance to explain a little more about Slap. So, it's made by Ludosity, the same people who made the recent Nick All-Star Brawl. It's a crossover game, similar to Smash, but with Ludosity's characters. It'll Do, Masked Ruby, and Jenny Fox are all from the It'll Do games. Fish Bunyan is technically from the It'll Do 1, but also from Space Hunk, which was a game.
Yeah, if you've ever heard of Slap City, you'll know about Fish Bunyan.
Yeah, the funny fish man.
He's
BCM,
not in this story, unfortunately.
BCM is just Ludosity's original character. Princess Remedy and Frolin are from the Princess Remedy games. Goddess of Explosions is from Hyper Princess Pitch. And is that it?
I think that's it, yeah. Oh, Asha's from EG.
Yeah, Asha's
another like popular indie
this
Ludo
right here
IP.
Is the second of the pseudo auto scrollers. Fruit is making use of the bomb to boost himself. It's a pretty cool trick. This room though a little slow. Have to wait on these platforms.
Yeah, these platforms will line me up to a good cycle for a trick that's called Blue Bomb. To where I just hit this blue switch off screen using this bomb. Oh, I got it.
Alright. Oh, what's that?
I don't have a lot of health, but I think I'll, because I really want to show this strat and try to get it, I'm gonna reset my health.
I think this is my favorite trick in the run. It's really cool.
Missed it.
Aw, dang.
Okay, we'll just do the safe version, but... So yeah, optimally you do like a double bomb boost there, but it's really hard to get.
Damn. Alright, coming up on the final platforming level. Death Maiden.
Yeah, we're almost done. Can you believe it? This is sort of like a maze Zelda dungeon. There's usually two routes, a secret and a normal route, but the secret routes end up being faster a lot of the time.
We're gonna... Might collect the only collectible, yep, the CD.
It's an important CD.
Song doesn't unlock. I actually don't know.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Melee or Rivals of Aether, then I definitely recommend giving this game a go. It is very, very good. Very, very smooth, streamlined. All of those.
Makes a lot of quality of life improvements. Doesn't, like, remove the depth at all, but definitely, like, makes things a lot easier input-wise. So you can actually hit that button from the right side of the screen with the metal enemy on it.
Yeah,
it's really tricky.
I was practicing that and I wasn't really getting it, so I decided to do the safer thing. So this is the final versus battle before the boss. It turns out, this person looks exactly like us.
Yeah, this is
and we're doing all the good things.
This is our good clone. It'll not the best person, but reluctantly, you know, being the hero of the story. Maybe not to the denizens of Slap City, but you know, just trying to save them from Mayor Kiwi. Yeah. Mayor
Kiwi's entire thing is that he wants to punch the whole world into a frozen state so that he can rob all the banks. It's a poking fun at the main guy. At a
hit stop where, you know, when you hit someone you like freeze for a brief second.
Yeah.
So the phases you get are actually dependent on where you are standing in the room, so you can actually manipulate them.
I'm gonna have to go for a backup manip now. That's not gonna be it.
Oh, rough. Those are Jums and Bemp. They're original characters for this game. Don't know what they're supposed to be, but you know. Yeah. Just gotta wait.
Well, you know, Jumps is. They explained it. Jumps is a Jum and Bemps is a Bemp.
Yeah.
Can I please get a good pattern here? I messed up the other one, so like I can get like a guaranteed like good patterns.
Yeah. All rough.
Okay, there we go. Now for the 6th and final phase, the weak points will move depending on what moves I hit them with. I got interrupted out that, so the manipulation actually got messed up. It's okay. We'll just improvise. You should use a lot of like different wavelands and jumps and aerials in order to hit these weak points. Ah. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that is actually it for basically the whole run. Timing ends whenever I click A to go to the credits.
And now, it'll get all the treasure that the Mayor Kiwi stole.
In time.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, so that's it for Slap City. If you are a fan of platform fighters and would like to get into a new one, this game is really, really smooth. It's got a really fun story mode. It's got great online for a delay-based netcode. Yeah. So I would definitely recommend giving it a shot, and there's a lot of fun characters.
Oh yeah, for the story modes, definitely recommend, if you're gonna check out any, it'd be Fishes and BCMs. I think those
This is Casual Man's.
Yep, this is Casual Man. I think those are the universally agreed upon best, both for their writing and their gameplay segments. Especially, I think BCM's gameplay is pretty fun in that one. But yeah, like Fruit said, definitely recommend checking out this game. It's a whole lot of fun. We have a small but very dedicated community that, like, you can pretty much find games any time of the day if you're ever looking.
And they'll be, if you're like serious about getting into this game, then they'll be very happy to help you out and give you tips and explain things. So, what was my final time? It
was 13:32:30. Oh wait, that's in-game time.
Yeah.
Right? 16:04.
16:04. Okay. So, any last shoutouts you want to give out before we move to the next run?
I don't have any.
Yeah, I think we've like Slap City scene's great. This game is great. I definitely recommend it. And yeah.